Hey guys, it's Chris over here at Preferred Rate. We just wrapped up our first Lunch and Learn of the year. We talked about the massive action plan, and I want to challenge you. If you follow this massive action plan for the next 60 days, I can guarantee you will have at least 3 extra buyers in your pipeline. So follow the challenge, go do the plan, let me know how it works for you. Talk to you soon.
This is not a magic pill. This is not the most, sexy idea that you could ever have when it comes to business that nobody's ever heard of. That when you hear it, your mind is going to be blown and you're just going to think, wow, how has no one ever told me to do more activity, see more people, make more phone calls? That's really what it's going to boil down to, right? And the key is to track what we're actually doing. And if we want better results, what do? We do more activity, right? So we're gonna go over the massive action plan. We used to call it a greatness tracker. It's different now, but a lot of similarities. And we're gonna go over our referral tracker. Again, where we track our leads. Where is our business coming from? Who's sending it to us? How are we getting it? And what does that conversion look like?
This is nothing but an Excel sheet, okay? So you can create this from scratch in about 10 minutes. It's not that special, but what you do with it can transform your business. I started using this probably in 2009 or 10, kinda, and then in 2011, I started getting coached on it and held accountable to it, and my business tripled in 2012, okay? And from there, we grew some more, but I added a few things to it. Number one is my morning routine. Every day, yes or no, and there's a weekend. So at the top, you're gonna see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and weekend, okay? Did I do my morning routine? My morning routine consists of getting up, and if I work out, if I hit the treadmill, go to the gym, usually on the way to the gym, I'm praying, doing some affirmations, that kind of stuff. Did I do it? Yes or no? And your morning routine might be different. You may say, hey, did I get up and have some quiet time and get my kids to school?
Writing down a name or putting a check mark every time you have a phone conversation with a client or a referral source, that's a simple thing. It's hard to fill out this form. This form sits on my desk and I kind of hate it, okay? But I know that it's brought a lot of value to my life and my business, and I've done a lot more business because of it, because it pushes me to do more. If I say I want to talk to 10 people or 12 people or 15 people a day, and I look up and it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I've talked to 3 people, I'm like, okay, I gotta block off some time, and I gotta get serious about making some phone calls. Because I don't want to get to the end of the day and get to the end of the week and be at 22 phone conversations, because I know that's not getting it done for the level of business that I want to do. You've got to be super clear on what level of business you want to do, set that goal, and then start tracking it. And then at the end of the week, you judge yourself on, how much business did I close? Because I worked really hard for 4 or 5 days, right? Because that's all it takes is working hard for 4 or 5 days and your business explodes. It's not how it works, is it? You do that and you don't have any deals at the end of the week, and then we tell ourselves the story of that form doesn't work. Chris he's just good looking. That's why he's successful. It's not because of this form. We tell ourselves it doesn't work because we didn't do it long enough to see the actual results. I went to the gym one time and I didn't lose 20 pounds that day. So the gym, it didn't work for me, right? It's no, you've got to do it for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. And then you look up and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to close all the business that I have. My pipeline is so full. If I don't hire someone, I'm just going to make a bunch of people mad because so many people want to use me right now, and I'm limited in how much my capacity is. That's what happens. But we never get to 6 months. Most of us never get to week 2. Does that make sense? Because we work really hard for a couple days and then we don't have the results, or we run out of people to call. So we just say, this just actually doesn't work. I need a Facebook campaign. That's what's going to work for me. I'm just going to tell you guys, nothing is going to beat the phone other than get in front of people face to face, and the phone is how you do it. We make enough phone calls to set the appointment.
The plan is, guys, use 1 hour minimum. We do 2 in our business. We want to do 2 hours a day, but if you'll start with 1 hour on Monday, at least an hour, at least 10 calls. So I say an hour minimum or 10 calls. So you got to be careful on the 30-minute calls, right? Get one client on the phone, you talk for 30 minutes, but you want to make a minimum of 10 calls a day or an hour, okay? But what happens is if you get those 4 deals in process and you feel really busy, and I got this inspection, I got this appraisal, and I don't make my calls anymore. But if you'll do from 9 to 10 o'clock every morning, and guys, we have your themes. Monday is your VIPs. These are the people that you know, like, and trust you. And I heard something new the other day, they should know, love, and trust you, right? People don't just do business with people they like, they do business with people they love, right? So your VIPs, you may only have 40. people in your life that you would consider VIP. This could be your past clients that you love. It's going to be the people you love from church. It could be your sister, right? It can be your brother. It could be somebody that's close to you that you can call, and you'll call 10 of them a week. Every Monday, call 10. If you got 40, you're going to call them all once a month. People that you're really close to, is it okay to call once a month and check in? Hey, how are you doing? How's your business going? How's your family? Hey, by the way, if you know anybody that needs real estate help, and if you get, let's say 8 talk tos every day, you're going to end up with 40 talk tos at the end of the week, right? 8 a day times 5 days a week, that's 40 people you've talked to. Who can get 8 talk tos in a day? All right. If I say you got to get 40 this week, it feels like, man, that's a mountain. If I say get 8 today, I can figure out how to get 8 today. Can you get 8 tomorrow? Yeah. Can I get 8 the next day? Yeah. You do it over and over and over, and you're going to build that muscle.
And after how many weeks in a row of talking to 40 people, will you be like overwhelmed with the volume of leads and business?
You'll start getting busy, I think, in about 2 to 3 months of doing this. Now, you may get it the first week, right? You probably have a really warm, database. You're probably a lot better on the phone than you give yourself credit for. But most people, they got to do this because you're going to leave some voicemails. You're going to fight through, the mundaneness of doing it on a day-to-day basis. But in about 3 months, you're going to feel like, man, I got a lot more leads coming in. I feel busy. My phone's ringing. I can only do this from 9 to 10 because at 10, I got stuff I got to do. But you got to do it early in the morning. If you say I'm going to do it from 3 to 4 every day, 2 o'clock, that home inspection came back with a problem. I got to call that buyer and tell them the roof is whatever.
So,
right?
But the way to think about this is 8 people a day. Because if I said I've got to talk to 40 people a week for the next 10 weeks before I get busy, I've got to talk to 400 people. That's going to be however many hours. That seems overwhelming today to think I've got to talk to 400 people before I get busy. Does that make sense? If I think about, I just need to talk to 8 people today. And it becomes very bite-sized.
And make it really easy on yourself. If I'm talking to Matt Ollis, my insurance agent, right? And I'm saying, hey man, we got this deal going with you. Hey, by the way, Matt, if you know anybody, I want to be your loan guy. If you know anybody that wants to buy a house or refinance, I bet he does. You think he runs into people on a yearly basis that need a loan officer?